Okay, I had a question from user 1885. I won't give you the rest of the numbers, and it's on unpardonable sins. I said there were 4 unpardonable sins, and I would talk about 3 of them. One of them is irrelevant at this point. So let's begin with what Catholics think is an unpardonable sin. They think suicide is an unpardonable sin, but that's not really true. Judas Iscariot went to hell not for suicide, but because he was an unbeliever. You can read that in John chapter 6, verse 70. All right, the very first one should be obvious to everyone, and that is rejecting the gospel and dying in your sin. So, for example, you can see that in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 3, or John chapter 3, verse 18, which I'm going to read. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. So that's the first unpardonable sin. If you hear the gospel, reject the gospel, die in your sin, there is nothing for you on the other side. It's too late. Now, if you say, I don't believe, but then you change your mind, as long as you're on this side of death, you have a chance. Once you cross over, it's too late. The time is now. All right, I'm going to jump to the mark of the beast. In Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 through 11, if you take the mark of the beast, you are damned. There is nothing for you. There is nothing you can do about it. If you had salvation, you'd lose it. But really, most people won't be in that condition. First off, it isn't offered right now, even though I think it's ready to go. It's ready to roll out. If you read Klaus Schwab's book on page 122, Fourth Industrial Revolution, you're going to find out that it is a digital tattoo. So it's ready to roll out. It's not here yet. You cannot commit this unpardonable sin at this time. And then the third one is returning to the Old Testament animal sacrifices, and it's implied in Hebrews chapter 10. You really have to read the entire thing. So you can't really do that because there's no temple yet. But the temple is going to be rebuilt, and it will be possible to do it. Now, when this was written, I believe that Hebrews was written 10 years before AD 70. Some people say it was written 10 years after, but then it wouldn't make any sense. So it had to have been written sometime before the temple was destroyed. Jewish Christians, if they would go to the temple to sacrifice an animal, that's it. They would lose their salvation. That was an unpardonable sin. The fourth unpardonable sin, it also had to take place back then at the time of Jesus, and so there's no point in discussing it. Those are the 4 unpardonable sins, and I think I covered that.